You hear Rachel peek up. Hey, what's going on back there? Are you all right? As she's buckled into her seat. She's only looking back.
Yeah, just kind of forgot to buckle the seatbelt.
Kevin's not really much for your concern for your well-being at the moment, and he takes a hard turn. As he does, your body kind of flies off the floor and hits the wall adjacent to it, and you end up taking I don't know. We don't have any character sheets. You take 2 damage. Maybe.
God damn.
You end up taking 2 damage.
2 damage. Ow.
Soon enough, the flying of the shuttle seems to smooth out, and you can actually get back onto your feet.
Where the fuck's the... thought this was space. Where's the heck's the gravity thing being floaty? God.
Can't have gravity generators on all the ships, and I don't even think one would fit on this shuttle.
Right. I go and try to actually buckle up finally, properly.
Okay.
I mean, I buckle up on normal cars all the time. I would absolutely buckle up on a spaceship.
Oh, I know, but you forgot to say that.
Damn it.
Alright, so 4 hours seem to pass by fairly slowly at times, and sometimes you check the time that, you ask Rachel what's the time every once in a while, and she tells you no, we're not there yet, and it's only been another hour. But 4 hours finally pass, and you feel another large jolt as you start seeing trees and fog, and eventually you know that you touched ground. Kevin hits a few switches, apparently turning on a beacon, as you can see, as in a little holographic. You can see a little small mini map of the layout of the land, but as far as you can tell and as far as you can remember, that's a beacon going back to the ship. Kevin unbuckles himself, so does Rachel, and they step out from the ship, and they step into the cargo and look at you.
Alright, unbuckle, make sure everything's all good, and go and walk up to them and be like, okay, so this is Nexus 8, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Kevin walks over to one of the small lockers that are lining the wall. He opens it up, and he pulls out these blue tanks, like almost like scuba diver tanks. And he walks up behind Rachel, and then inserts one into her back of her hard suit. And you can see that a mist hits her what's that called, viewport on her mask, and you can tell that it's feeding oxygen into her suit. Kevin walks up to you with one of these tanks, and he's like, all right, here's your oxygen, make sure it doesn't run out. We only got about an hour before we have to refill, so just come back to the shuttle every hour and you should be fine.
Oh, I definitely thank you. I kind of thought this plane had oxygen on it. That was silly of me. Thank you for that.
It does have air, but like they said, there's something in the air, and I don't entirely trust it, so just to be sure. Plus, who knows, you might fall in some kind of river, who knows?
Right.
You'll be fine. And he hooks your suit up with one of those oxygen tanks.
Okay. Do you by chance have anything we could take a sample of the air? Like a jar, if anything?
Oh, right, you probably want one of those, huh?
Yeah.
And you're not entirely sure what he means by one of those. But he goes back into the lockers, and there's one all to the left of that is an immediate locker, which he opens up, and he pulls out a something that looks almost like one of those old. It looks like a tablet, just like this over here.
Oh, okay.
And he hands it to you. And on the right of it is a little card reader. Go ahead and swipe your ID on that thing, and it'll register you to it.
Oh, okay. I reach into my inner coat pocket and take that picture ID that I had out before, and I slide it on the side.
You try to do that, but it seems like your hard suit's in the way.
Right.
Wait, Kevin looks at you. Wait, where's your ID?
It is underneath my hard suit.
Oh, okay. That's alright. At least we can get to your chest easily. I mean, what if you had a heart attack? We'd have to operate on you. I mean, these things are equipped for those kind of things. He comes up to you, and he tugs on the zipper, and it seems like the pressure from all the suit that was bearing down on you starts to loosen up, and he reaches in and grabs out your ID and hands it to you before zipping you back up.
That is one... Who invented this thing?
Heck if I know. I'm just a grunt.
Alright, well... yeah, I guess I'll try try this again, and I slide the card back again.
All right, you swipe the PDA, and it lights up and says, "Welcome, Mr. Anderson." And there's some applications on it. One is an atmospheric scan, one is a gas scan, and one is a mineral scan.
Okay. I take it this is pretty much all I need when we go out, or do I need anything else?
I mean, it's got a note keeper. I guess if you want to open those crates and take any of those containment jars, that'd probably be a good start too.
Yeah, I'll take one along, and I go and take a containment jar, just one or two. Probably, yeah, we'll take two, and I put it in my satchel if there's room.
Okay. They definitely fit.
All right.
All right. So as you ready yourself, Kevin walks on over to the where the giant airlock is that was before the ramp. Oh, that's an incline. No wonder he's falling off.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. He hits a few buttons, and now he's holding the lever, and he looks over to you two, and he says, "All right, this is it. We're hitting Nexus 8. You ready?"
Yep. Let's go.
He shoves down the lever, and with a loud clack, the airlock that was holding you from the outside of Nexus 8 opens up with a swoosh. And the first sign you see are these giant trees, and it looks like a giant rainforest. The only big difference between Earth's rainforest and Nexus 8's rainforest is that you hear nothing but the wind and the rustling of the leaves in the trees.
This is beautiful.
Quite serene indeed. Let's just hope it stays that way.
This is gonna sound maybe a bit silly, but is there a Nexus 1 through 7, or?
We found Nexus 1 through 7, but they're all just gaseous planets, like just celestial bodies. We call this one Nexus 8 because it was the 8th body we found, and it happened to be a planet.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, I guess we'll get started. I suppose, Rachel, could, you by chance, keep an eye out for anything?
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Alright.
Where do you want to start? You want to start in the surrounding areas? You want to go deeper in, or how should we do this, Doctor?
We'll do the surrounding first, just to make sure everything's okay.
Gotcha. Rachel goes ahead and the ramps extend, and she steps down the ramp, and there seems to be some sort of like inserts of what would be a ladder that's like inside of the like imprinted on the shuttle itself. She starts climbing up on top of that, and she's on top of the shuttle, keeping a bird's eye view. Kevin steps down the ramp, looks around, and then looks back at you.
Okay, I guess for now, you mentioned that there was an issue with the air.
Yeah, some sort of contaminant. We brought down some chimpanzees. They lived out here for about a week, but, well, in cages, of course. They seemed just fine, but who knows, you know?
Alright, well, with that, I'm gonna check my little PDA and see, what were the options again?
Atmospheric scan, gas scan, and mineral scan.
I'm gonna check gas scan.
You hit gas scan, and it comes out with a 0 saying no known gases are available in the area.
Known gases, I see. Alright, check atmosphere.
You hit atmosphere, and it comes up with the little percentages. It says 80% nitrogen, 15% oxygen, and then a 5% with a question mark saying unknown reagent.
So 5%. Alright. So it seems like there is some kind of alien thing. Yeah, it's been 88 months. I'm kind of drawing a blank here. Some kind of contaminant in the air. You're definitely right there.
Yeah, now we're just, I mean, that's why we're here, trying to identify it.
Right. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a proper sample here. I'll put this in the containment jar. How do you use this thing? And I pull one out of the satchel.
You pull out the containment jar, and it's a large, like, clear cylinder with glass going around it. At the top of it, seems to be kind of like a screw top, but it's definitely a lot more secure than any screw top mason jar that you've ever experienced.
Mr. R, do you know anything about how to open this, or most I got experience with is like pickles?
Kevin kind of sighs a little bit and puts his gun to his side as he takes the jar from you, and he pushes down pretty much like a child safety cap and twists it before it opens, and then hands it back to you. You just push and turn.
Yep. You're one of the good ones, Mr. Arya. Thank you. I go and take the jar, and I, as silly as it sounds, I just
Waft it in the air.
waft it in the air and
All right.
close the jar back up.
Yep. Any man-made or known man air that was inside the jar is released when he opened it, and you can already tell that any air that's on this planet is already inside of it.
Okay. Do you have like a marker by chance?
There should be one in your PDA actually, and as you turn on its back, it's kind of got like a little stylus insert, which has a Sharpie marker. Sharpie's still in business after all these years.
How do they do it? All right. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and mark on the side of the jar contaminant.
Contaminant. All right.
On the side, and put it back in the actual satchel. And begin looking around. I'm gonna just pretty much scan the environment for anything of interest.
Give me a perception roll.
All right.
All right. You start looking around, but you don't look around too hard for anything too valuable. But you do see a plant that almost looks like a fern, but instead of there being little fern leaves on it, there seems to be, well, definitely leaves, but these leaves seem more spongy and almost flesh-like.
I began to look at the PDA for what were the options? It was gas, atmosphere, and what?
Mineral.
Mineral. Mr. Ari, I don't, by chance, have you been to this planet before or no? Like you yourself?
Kevin looks at you and he shakes his head. No, this is my first away mission here. I sent a crew down here about a month ago. They came back all right. Found maybe like, I don't know, they had some worms like stuck to their shoes, and that's really the only animals that we've seen around here. For all we know, it's just simple organisms living in the dirt.
Okay. I guess might as well get started then. Need a cutting tool. Do we have one of those?
Yeah, did you check the bottom of the crates? Maybe it wasn't the first crate, maybe the second crate has a cutting tool in there.
Alright, well I head back to the crates and grab one of the cutting tools if there is one in there.
Alright, you open it up and it's almost something out of Dead Space as you find a plasma arc cutting tool. It's got a little, when you hit the trigger on it, it makes a beam of light appear between two arcs, and that seems to be the cutting mechanism of it.
Okay, with that I go out and take that, and I walk on up to the fleshy sort of plant flesh fern, and I go to examine what happens when I just simply touch the actual leaf itself with a small poke.
When you touch the one of the leaves, one of the fleshy leaves, it seems to curl in on itself towards its stem a little bit.
Well, science is science. So I go and take the plasma cutting tool and cut at the roots of one of the branches of the plant.
Like the stump of it, or
Right,
just one of the twigs, or what?
Yeah, okay. like towards the main stump, but one of the things coming off from that stump.
Gotcha. All right. So you hit the button on your little plasma arc cutting tool, and you start nearing it towards the plant. And right as you snip it off, a splurt of red liquid spurts out from where the stem was, and it lands on your suit. It seems like as if the plant is almost bleeding, as this red liquid is just pouring out of this hole and pooling at the on the ground at your feet.
Mr. Arya?
And as you say that, you start feeling a rumble at your feet, and the ground starts to give way and loosen up. And just as you're yelling at it, Mr. Arya, this large, bulbous creature with a huge mouth rips out from the ground, and it's towering at probably about 10 feet as it's staring down at you with its green eyes.
Mr. Arya? Rachel?
As you see this, they're already reacting as they're already pointing their weapons at the creature. And they're like, "Get back to the shuttle, quick!"
I fumble, try to do just precisely that, and try to dip the fuck
Go ahead
out.
and give me an acrobatics roll. Or actually, I guess dex saving throw, maybe.
Come on! That's a 9.
It's a 9. All right. So as you're running, you didn't see the roots that were at your feet, and you kind of stumble over them, but you catch yourself. You didn't actually fall down on your face. And as you're starting to go up the ramp, they start blasting at the creature in front of you, and they start leaving these giant, red sores on it as it's just blasting off parts of gibs and gore and viscera and stuff like that. It seems to only make it matter as it screeches out loud, which actually starts to pierce, and you see on your helmet that the glass is starting to crack from the sound waves of it.
Oh.
As this is happening, it doesn't seem the bullets are just doing anything to stop this, but only make it matter as it starts whipping all these tendrils from the ground and starts whipping at Mr. Kevin, Arya, and Rachel over here, and actually knocks Arya, or not Arya, but Rachel off the ship and quite probably about 20 feet into the distance.
Oh, Mr. Arya!
Kevin's kind of ignoring your yells for help as he's just blasting this monster as he's gritting his teeth, but another tendril comes out and swipes him too, sending him an equally far pace.
Fuck. I try to reason with the creature, be like, I'm sorry. I know how. Do you understand English?
As the creature looks at you for a split second, he totally ignores you, and he darts off towards where he threw his prey.
Oh, God,
Are you watching? Are you peeking out?
Yeah.
Alright, as you peek out, you can see the huge monster looming over them, and then it sinks down onto them, and just disappears back into the earth. But where there were 2 bodies, there are none now, and just loose gravel where they were.
Shit. Fuck. Gotta go. I crawl back up into the ship.
Crawl back into the ship?
I try to close the hatch doors if at all possible.
Are you using the control panel that he used to try to close it? Okay. As you're doing so, go ahead and give me a roll. 14. Alright, this is just a simple open and closing mechanism. You've seen this before, it's not a problem at all. You start fiddling with the buttons and you hit the switch to lower the airlock that would close you off from Nexus 8. But as you do, you start feeling that familiar rumble underneath the ship even. The whole ship is shaking. What's going on? And just as the door is almost halfway done from closing, up comes that monster of the soil once again, just at the foot of the spaceship. And in one fell swoop, he seems to just topple it over and capsize the ship on its over, just flips it over, table flips that shit. Boom!
So it's on its side now.
Oh no, he flipped it like 180. It's upside down now.
Oh God.
There you go.
Go! Fuck! Oh God!
You end up taking 4 damage as one of the crates land on you as it flips upside down.
Where does this crate come from? Shit. I try to scramble to try to find my bearings, get my feet up straight by chance.
As you're doing that, you feel another loud bang on the side of the shuttle, and it doesn't actually flip it, but you feel it lift up off the ground before settling. It seems like the creature's trying to get inside, but the door actually closed while it seemed to be flipping. And after a few moments, the banging stops, and it's silent again.
Fuck. God damn it. Fuck. Okay. Kevin's dead. Arya's dead. That's Kevin. Rachel's dead. Okay. I did this. I gotta. Okay. So, I gotta find a way to call the station. I gotta call Cookie. All right. I'm gonna look for any means of comms.
Okay.
On the ship in this upside down environment.
All right. Even though the ship is upside down, you do look up and back at the cockpit where the late Rachel and Kevin were sitting at one point, and you see that the beacon that was once blinking with a green light has now turned red and says "Link lost."
Fuck! Damn it! I feel like Brad Pitt now. Okay. Okay. Alright. I gotta make peace with it. That's all there is to it. I don't know how to fly this thing. It's upside down. I got no comms. Okay. I know what I gotta do. Alright, with that, he, goes and removes his, clothes and armor.
The hard suit and all that?
Hard suit and all that. Removes
Okay.
it. Takes it off.
Alright, you take off the hard suit. It's a little difficult, but after maybe about 20 minutes of fiddling with it, you're actually able to figure out how to take it off properly. And you hit the release button on your hard suit helmet, and now you're in your lab clothes and street clothes or whatever.
Alright, I take them off as well, leaving all but my mankini and shoes on.
Alright, you are now stripped of everything but your mankini and shoes.
Alright, with that, I go to see, is there by chance windows on this airlock or no?
On the airlock? No, not on the airlock. It's just a simple panel with buttons and a lever.
Alright. With that, I try to call out from the other side. I'm unarmed! It's okay! I am your friend! The only way I'm gonna make it out of here is if I make friends with this thing. There's no way. There's no way I can get back. I know how these plan out. I probably only have enough food for like a week. I'm gonna
get that candy bar.
I got this candy bar here. It's in my... You know what? Before I even wait for a response, I go and grab that candy bar, and I just take a nice big old bite of that cookie bar.
You take a bite of that cookie bar, and it actually tastes really fucking good. This is probably the second best tasting candy bar you've had in a long, long time.
God, what was that first one?
It was a Snickers.
Ah, damn it, Cookie. You aren't that good, but you're damn good, Cookie. You're damn good.
As you take that bite of the candy bar, you hear a voice, and it sounds almost happy. Excuse me, did you say friend?
Yeah, yes, friend. I have candy.
On where the beacon screen would be, you see this happy little face appear in pixels. It says, "Hello, I'm AI Buddy, and I'm here to help you. It seems that you've been in a crash. Are you experiencing any trauma?"
Yeah, yes. Do you respond to normal people's talk or only commands?
I can understand all forms of communication from the Unified Earth movement. I don't know. Yes, I can understand you just fine, friend. I am an artificial intelligence, and you can talk to me like a real person.
Alright, listen. I had two people with me, and they're dead now. They're dead. They're dead now. They're dead.
May I know the name of the person I'm speaking with?
My name is Walter Anderson. Walter Anderson. I've had a long day. I'm sorry. It's Walter Anderson.
Walter Anderson, and you are confirming the deceased of the two other members of your crew, is that correct?
Yes. Kevin, Aria, and Rachel Green.
Confirming. Kevin Arya is dead. Rachel Green is dead.
Yes.
Last surviving survivor, Walter Anderson. Confirmed. Hello, Walter. You must be going through a tough time right about now. Is this true or false?
I'm having it a little bit rough right now. There's a creature outside of the ship. I think he wants to kill me as well. I don't know. The ship's upside down. I don't know if you know that. It's upside down right now.
I have no concept of spatial awareness as I am a computer, but I will take your word on it.
It's
now
bad.
Then, confirming that the situation is bad, would you like me to contact the Central Command?
Can you? Because it said that it was out of no signal. But if you can, please do that.
Contacting Central Command.
Thank you.
Unable to connect to network.
Fuck!
We're sorry at this time.
Is there any way that we could make this fix the connection? Is there any way we could do that?
Satellite is very damaged, as it is appeared that my calculations that we are upside down indeed. It seems it was crushed in in whatever accident we were just in. If you were able to repair the dish, perhaps we can establish a connection to the network.
Repair the dish? I'm a scientist, not an engineer.
From my background, it seems that you've worked with processors before. I would say you're somewhat of an engineer, Mr. Anderson.
Oh, fuck. Eric didn't tell me that. All right, fine, sure, yeah. Let's do it. We can do that, right? You and me?
Power supply needed. Please find power supply.
Power supply? How much power do you have left?
Calculating power. Running in reserves, 25%.
25?
It appears that our energy crystals have been, the energy crystals have been destroyed in the last traumatic attack. Scanning for supplement to energy. And as you can see, the computer console is putting out a scan that seems to be like some sort of form of radar or sonar, and it's going around the jungle. Or you can see like a almost 3D model of the jungle. And then you see, just in the distance, supplement found.
Supplement found?
Supplement found.
What is the supplement that you found?
Irradiated crystals 1.1 miles away from current location.
1 mile?
1 mile. 1.1 to be exact.
Okay, do you know if we have any sort of vehicle system on board?
Checking vehicle systems. As you can see, a little load bar pops up on the little beacon. Hover disk found.
What's a hover disk?
Deploying hover disk.
What?
And normally the hover disk would have popped out from the floor, but it seems to pop out from the ceiling, and I'm going to need a dexterity saving. Ooh. You don't actually notice. You're in disbelief. You're not even sure what a hover disk is at this point. But your answer is your question is soon answered as this giant disk hits you in the head for 4 damage.
4 damage? Jesus.
Taking 8 damage so far out of your 13 total hit points, dude.
I took a big clunk to the head there, and at this point I'm just like, this is bullshit. I look in my lab coat where I put those vials before potions to see if I have anything that would help pick me up in this situation.
With all the bruises on your head and just the general bruises on your arm from that tumble you took earlier, you do find the synth flesh that you had received earlier. Do you wanna use it?
I would like to use that.
All right, your training already tells you that you can just directly pour this on any wound or slather it on there, and it should fix you right up. And so you do that, and in doing so, you heal for 16 points of health.
Do I overheal?
You do overheal.
Oh, sick! So that's...
Now you're sitting at, what was that, 5 plus 16? 21.
Nice.
Or I guess it would be more than that. It'd be 8 plus 16. So you're 24.
24 health out of
You're
13.
feeling really, really good. Much better than when you were on the station. Much better than everything.
Whew! Alright, so hover disk. How do I work this thing, man?
In downloading hover disk instructions. Unable to connect to network to download instructions for hover disk.
Fuck! Alright. Alright, thank you. Alright. Do you have any local files on this thing?
Searching local files. Unable to connect to network. No local files found.
Okay. Okay, thanks. I look at the hover disk to see if there's any noticeable things about it at all, maybe even instructions.
The disc is pretty heavy and flat, kind of it really reminds you of a sewer cap that you saw way back when you lived on Earth, 88 months ago. Mm-hmm. But on top of it, there seems to be a large button.
Okay. Well, might as well give it a shot. Before I do this, though,